I guess this is my face reveal, I guess. Welcome back to Ben Talks Bots. I am Ben. Well, I mean, obviously. This is my face. I am white. I don't know. I just finished watching the Hasbro Pulse fan stream that just aired. And there were lots of cool toys that I want to talk about. And I feel like face cam's a good way to convey some emotion most of the time. So I think that's generally what we're gonna do. I'm literally gonna have pictures open like on my phone, and I'm just gonna pile through them. Obviously it's not gonna be on my phone for you guys. It'll be like a fancy like a graphic or whatever, but I'll stop talking. Well, I'll keep talking. Let's just get on with it. So, firstly, we have an official reveal of, I believe it's like a War Dawn pack. It's very similar to the one they did with the Orion packs and Alpha Trion. But this time it's with Ariel and Dion. And they are retooled from the Legacy RC mold and the cup one again. I was kind of hoping it was gonna be the Hot Shot one from BotCon. That's kind of what I was hoping for, because that's kind of more interesting to me than just doing cup again. But all of the retooling that they've done to them looks really cool. I especially love the colors they used, and I know that's just like their show models or whatever, but they are very pleasing colors, especially Ariel. And it was so weird how this sort of showed up before the live stream, because I think it was like a few weeks ago. It showed up randomly in like GameStop with no, like, it was just there. So that's really interesting. And they do look good together, all four of them. Might pick this up, I don't know. I feel like I'd have to get now the Orion packs and the Alpha Trion set to go with it, because you kind of can't like have one without the other now. So and then next they're going into Legacy Evolution, which I think has been super killing it so far. First going into the core Dinobots, as we've already sort of seen before. I think it was like a month ago or something like that. Swoop and a new Dinobot named Scar. That's right, Scar. And he turns into an Ankylosaurus, which is always nice to see. I think I said this in the Nemesis Prime review, where I'm very much looking forward to the core class Dinobots, like in that combiner, because that's very interesting to me. And the fact that they like made like a whole new character, well, is kind of new, kind of not new. It's complicated. He's like an IDW sort of character that they brought over and made him jacked. And yeah, there's not much to say on them, because, well, all of those emotions have passed. Then we get into the meat and potatoes of the live stream, which is all of the new stuff. Like 80-90% was new, so this was a very good job at keeping things hush hush. Firstly is Beachcomber, and I think Beachcomber looks very good. Beachcomber is one of my favorite Transformers characters. He just always has been ever since I saw Golden Lagoon. And he looks very good here. He is kind of small, but that's sort of to be expected with the mini bots. And he even comes with a little bird, which I did not. I was sort of thinking in my head in what like a Beachcomber would look like since they revealed it in January, that they were like making a Beachcomber. Like, you know what? Like they include so much in like these mini bot toys. They include like extra accessories because of like how small they are. I wonder what they're gonna do with a Beachcomber. I was thinking, oh, it'd be fine if they included like an animal. And they did. They included like a tiny bird accessory, which I think is perfect for Beachcomber. Oh, and it also looks like his gun becomes the front bar on the buggy, so that's kind of cool as well. And it just looks amazing. It was pretty much like all I wanted a deluxe class Beachcomber to be. Beachcomber in general is like, he deserves good toys. And I don't think he's ever had a bad toy, actually, now that like I'm thinking about it, but this is definitely good. Next is Devcon, who it took me a while to see this, and it was pointed out by like a few other people saw it, is that it's a extensive retool of the Studio Series 86 Blur. And I don't know how I feel about this one, Devcon. It's weird. It's interesting. Devcon's kind of weird, right? So he was a show-only character in G1. I think he was only like in one episode or something. And he was like an Autobot bounty hunter. And he had like a very distinct look to him. And I think that this toy captures that distinct look very well. I mean, there's only so much you can do at a deluxe size anyway. And I think in the long run, maybe it was a good idea to go with a Blur because they're kind of similar. Because I remember in the cartoon, he turns into like a car, I think. He turns into like a blue sci-fi UFO sort of car. At least that's what I remember him transforming into. Yeah, I mean, I think he looks all right here. I think definitely the fact that he's repurposed from another character, which I think should always be done. Well, not always be done, but if that's the road to take to get like these super obscure characters like Devcon out, I think that's fine. He's just a little janky. I'm getting kind of the same feelings I had with a Metal Hawk. He looks a bit janky, but he still pops out like super well. He just pops out at you. Just stands out. Next is a new character, part of the Junkions, Axelgrease. And as far as I know, it's a she, so it is a female Decepticon, so that's kind of cool, and Junkion, which all those three things put together is just amazing. It's amazing. And she also looks amazing. And it's also really cool the things they did to turn the original mold, Scrap Hook, into sort of like this muscle car sort of look. And I think it pulls it off very well. I'm also really a fan of the purples they used for it as well. I also really like the head sculpt too. It just looks like a mean, like Mad Max sort of car. And I was not expecting this, if I'm being honest. I thought, well, we all knew it was going to be the car. On like that Legacy poster, there were like already 3 Junkion vehicles. One of them being the tow truck, one of them being the motorcycle, and the other one being the car. I don't think anyone expected this to be a retool of Scrap Hook, but I think it works very well as a retool. And we were just talking about retools earlier, but I think this works very well. Then we go into a package refresh of Dirge. Dirge is probably my favorite Conehead, because he's just like a bumbling like idiot who just has nothing go his way at all, just always is having a bad day. And him not being in something that's like $200-300 is always a good thing in my book. I'm gonna be getting this obviously, even though I don't have any of the other Coneheads. Well, that's not true. I have the G2 Ramjet and I have the Sandstorm, which are basically the same figure in different G2 colors. But Dirge is a must get. Dirge is, like I said, my favorite Conehead, so And it's also good that people are getting opportunities to get a figure that was released during COVID or just got completely screwed over by eBay sellers. So I think this is a good way of, getting it. Yeah, it looks very good. Next is sort of an expected one, but it's okay. This is a Voyager class, Nemesis Leo is what they called it, I think. I don't know, I don't exactly remember, but it's copy Convoy from Beast Wars Second. So essentially, like a repaint of this guy in all black. And I think that works very well. I mean, it's very show accurate, and I noticed this when they showed this and this on the live stream, but they fixed the eyes. They fixed the issue of the unpainted eyes, because I don't know if you can see on him or not. I don't know if it's focusing or not, but he has that. He has no eyes. And yeah, I mean, he looks very good here. He's definitely a bit plain, but that's how he was in the show. So I'm not gonna say like, oh, this sucks. It looks nice. And I love how they kept the blue eyes, because who knows if they could have made it red and just like ruined it. Okay. Here was a big one. Armada Megatron. This was the reveal I was looking forward to the most, because we already knew about the other thing that was coming, which we're gonna there's a speck of dust that we already knew about because of like stolen toys and things like that. Armada Megatron. This is amazing. Armada Megatron has always been like one of my favorite Megatron designs. It's just perfect. It's perfect. I didn't exactly grow up with Armada. I mean, I kind of did. In fact, I think I remember the first Transformers show I watched. Okay. Here's like a quick history lesson with me. I think the first thing of Transformers I watched was Fire in the Sky Transformers G1 episode. I think. I think that's the first thing I watched. But I definitely remember the first show, like multiple episodes that I watched, may have been unfortunately Transformers Energon. That probably explains a lot about me, if we're being honest. The Unicron trilogy, we're gonna take it back here. The Unicron trilogy in general has some killer designs. Absolutely amazing. And for them getting like updated toys now, I think that is very good. And he looks very good here. It's a very faithful adaptation of him in the show, but also keeping some of the gimmicks from the toy as well, like all of the fold-outy things. And he can bring the turret over his chest, which maybe suggest a tidal wave, because I think the only time he did that was when like tidal wave came on with like his parts. So that's, I mean, this is a must get for me. I've said this before, not on the channel obviously, but one of my holy grails for Transformers is the Combiner Wars Armada Megatron, because that was just so weird, and that they just pulled that design out of thin air just to put it on like a Combiner Wars toy that's not even really good. But this one is dedicated to him, and I want two of them. I want the Megatron and I want the Galvatron. I'm probably gonna like the Galvatron one more, because I like that color scheme like a lot, but it's just amazing. It's just amazing. And speaking of amazing, Armada Optimus Prime, our next commander class, and it's absolutely stunning. And I like how they got the designer in Japan to show it off to. I thought that that was pretty cool. And it's just, wow. Sorry, I'm just sort of like looking at it now, and just, they did not have to go this hard on this, but they put all of their effort into it, and it looks spectacular. So if you don't know how Armada Optimus works, it's essentially Optimus, right? He is the cab, and he can combine with his trailer to become like a super robot, if you didn't know how he worked. He scales very well with Megatron in like his core robot mode, and then once he gets into his super mode, I think that's what it's called, he just towers over him, and that is awesome. I imagine it's gonna be very similar to Motor Master, and like how you sort of put him into like a shell, because you can clearly see that the trailer becomes like his legs and his back, and then he sort of becomes like the torso and arms, which is how it worked in the show. And it's just awesome. I don't know how many I don't know how many words I can say that, like, it's just awesome. It just looks super good. And they showed off the box as well, and I think the box conveys how like powerful he is. And I thought it was a fun detail that even on the inside, or I guess not the inside, but on the side of the box, they show like his transformation in the show. Right? I don't know. It's something like that. It's very cool. I know a lot of people are going to be like happy about this. Well, we already know people are happy with this because of the stolen toys, but it looks good. It looks super good. And then here we have a shot of all of them together. It doesn't really look like much because two of them are in the air, two of them are in vehicle mode. Oh, okay. Sorry, I just remembered where we're going with this. As soon as they brought out the Titan class arc, I was like, oh my god, we are getting the Nemesis. They're gonna show off the Nemesis Titan that I think has been teased like for so long now. And they did, and it's beautiful. And I think the reason that like the colors are weird because it's definitely still like a prototype. And it's just kind of, that's how it is with like choosing like which plastics they want to make and whatnot. It's big. Like, it looks big. This is crazy. Oh my, it's amazing. Oh my god. It kind of makes me want the Titan class arc now, even though I don't really want it. It's cool that you can have it sort of sit on the ground in like two ways. You can have it either sit in like launch mode where it's like completely vertical, or you can have it laying down as well, so that's pretty cool as well. It has so much like detail and life to it. It feels like a model of it. It feels like a model of the Nemesis. And it's not, because it transforms into, I think, our first female like Titan, which is awesome. And she looks awesome. So much power here. I'm gonna try and zoom in for myself here. Hold on, give me a minute. It reminds me a lot of like many things. Okay, so obviously it reminds me of like it reminds me a lot of like Tarn with like the face, right? Because here I got Tarn here as well. See, he's got the face as well. Who he is, I mean, this is a bit of like a spoiler, but he is sort of the next review is Tarn, because he's lovely and sexy. But it reminds me of that. It reminds me of sort of Tankor as well, but the Tankor from the IDW, the one that's sort of Octane but like not Octane. And this one's kind of weird. It reminds me of Tidal Wave as well, because of like the cannons everywhere. Now, I don't think this will become Tidal Wave, because if they're going to make it compatible with Megatron, which they might do, it's just too big. And especially them making it like a female Titan, I don't think that will work for Tidal Wave if they try to like rework it out of that, but still. Let's stop talking about other things. It is amazing. It looks super cool. It even has like a battle mask that can come down, which I think is a first in terms of like these Titans. Wow, that's just crazy. This is Decepticon right here. It's just awesome. It's big too. Oh yeah, I saw this. You can pull out little like launch pads like on her arms, and they have like little tiny jets on them, which I think is epic. That is so cool. It just brings the whole thing to life. And yeah. And so you can take off sort of like the fin sort of section on her leg, and then that can become like a gun for her to hold, which is interesting. I don't know if I like that option, but I think it looks cool. Yeah, in general, I am very excited for Nemesis Titan. It looks big. Like, I want it for the ship mode, but I think that the robot mode is also very nice. And I can't wait to get it. And then finally, they showed off some of the things that are in the pipeline, if you will, for Studio Series. And some of these are kind of given, some of these aren't. We're going to have a core class Bumblebee, which obviously is going to be from Laserbeak Toy, who I don't think is as bad as I don't think it's as bad as people are saying it is, but it's not the best. Next is 86 Brawn, so I think that that's going to be a very good looking toy as well. War for Cybertron, or I guess Fall of Cybertron, Cliff Jumper. I mean, that's going to be from the Bumblebee with maybe like the head change. If they keep his head, I swear. And then Megatron, obviously, from that's War for Cybertron, right? I think so. Then moving on to Rise of the Beast, we have Rhinox, who I hope to goodness that it is not a retool of his Kingdom one, because oh boy, that toy is not fun. But I'm very interested to see the design they decided to do for the for the toy. I wonder when we're gonna see these, because the movie comes out in like 2 months. So, wow, that's crazy, right? 2 months and until we get like a movie like back in the theater. That's crazy. Then lastly, Rise of the Beast, Optimus Prime. I think they said that this is gonna be like a new mold instead of doing like the Bumblebee one. So that's gonna be kind of interesting, because his truck is different, but it's not that much different from his Bumblebee one. I think that's it. Yeah, that is it for the reveals. I thought that it was a very good live stream. I sort of watched it in like a backward sort of way, because I watched the live stream with like a bunch of different YouTubers on it, but you could feel the excitement from both them, the designers, and myself. What am I most looking forward to? Let's see. Let's just going back for I'm very excited for Beachcomber, obviously. I think I said this like 5 times now, but Beachcomber is like one of my favorite Transformers. Axelgrease is very interesting. I still have not gotten any of the Junkions. It's not because I don't want to, it's because I haven't found them, if I'm being honest. Dirge is a must get as well, because gotta have that Dirge. Copy Convoy is a maybe. I don't know. I have to think about it. I do like how he looks, but maybe that'll be like a sale sort of thing. Armada Megatron is a must. That is like perfect. Like Armada Megatron's perfect. And as much as I would probably want to wait for a sale on Optimus, because, you know, like, that's a lot of money, I don't think I can, because I don't know why, but like Motormaster like just showed up for like a week and just never showed up again. And I've heard like various stories of people trying to get like a Motormaster and they can't because he's sold out everywhere. I don't know what happened with that. Like he just did not show up anywhere. Like it was like literally a week, then after that, gone. So I don't know. The Nemesis, I don't think will go anywhere because Titan classes usually go on sale. So I think I'll probably wait for a sale on the Titan because that's what I did for Metroplex. And let me tell you, I had some regrets paying that much, but that's a topic for like his own video. Yeah, so that's gonna be it for me. Sorry I didn't upload on Saturday. I guess that was like your April Fool's joke, right? You expect me to upload? Haha, I didn't. It's because I was just exhausted. But like I said, my next review is gonna be on this lovely boy, Tarn, and I think that's gonna go very well because I have a lot of positive things to say about him. In terms of like my future content, I want to do more of like these green screen sort of things where I'm sort of here, hi, that's me, and then I talk about things. I want to do more of that. Not like to say I'm gonna put less emphasis on the reviews. Those are still going to come out, but I just want to do more. And I have some really cool ideas. I think I might make like a dedicated video for like the things I want to do with the channel so I can keep like myself on track. But I think that's gonna be it for me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Follow me on my Instagram and Twitter at OptimusBen28, and I'll see you guys next time. Have a good one. Bye. That probably won't show up very well because of the green screen, right? Yeah, probably.